Coming at you quarterly, this is SobelCo's Dose of Assurance. Hello everyone, and welcome to SobelCo's Dose of Assurance. My name is Marissa and I'm a senior auditor here at SobelCo's Assurance Practice.
My name is Whelan. I'm also a senior at Sobel's Assurance Practice. Today's first hot topic is cryptocurrency. It feels like, when is crypto not a hot topic? The crypto industry is finally getting official rules on things like Bitcoin accounting and crypto assets. The FASB has agreed to start drawing up rules on how to recognize crypto assets as well as how to disclose them on a financial statement. Of course, with how complicated crypto is, it's going to take a while. These things are complicated. Some crypto backers have asked the FASB to consider adopting the fair value model. However, the FASB has already expressed that with things as volatile as fair value, or as volatile as Bitcoin, the fair value method can be pretty unforgiving. So the industry shouldn't expect any changes overnight. As I said, this is a very new and complicated area. They'll still have to perform research, debate in public, and release the proposal to the public before anything is final. So people have to be a little bit more patient for a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's super interesting. I keep seeing things about crypto coming out, so I'm interested to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, it's always in the news.
Always. Well, to kind of hop off of that, there's also an increased number of Yellowbook engagements happening, which are highly specialized engagements, and they're going to be seen more as clients are trying to navigate through the funding related to COVID. So I'm sure you've started to see a lot of these popping up, but the AICPA will continue to work with the auditors to make sure that we have the right standards in place to help.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure both of us have a lot of clients getting COVID money, so
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see how their assurance needs change.
Absolutely.
I want to move on to climate change. It feels very appropriate. This is like the hottest week of the year, and I think over in the UK they're having like record temperatures, so what better time to talk about the climate? So recent SEC proposal is going to ramp up climate change disclosures. So SEC registrants would be required to include specific climate-related disclosures on their audited financial statements. And of course, these disclosures will need attestation services performed. Some of the disclosures include things like just certain climate-related metrics and things like greenhouse gas emissions and so on, all included in the notes to the financial statements. Climate change has really become kind of a hot topic in the business environment, with investors expressing their interest in things like a client's environmental risk and the disclosures around global warming.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really great thing to disclose and put in there. So that'll be nice to have and continue to grow and see how that works.
Absolutely.
So in May, there was a Russian ban that actually prohibited any U.S. persons from providing trust services, consulting services, accounting services, and with the ongoing response in Ukraine and the war going on. All big four accounting firms have ceased operations over there. And since this article has been released, I know it's back in May, but there actually have been some discussions on what this ban entails. And the OFAC, which is the Office of Foreign Asset Control, they're keeping everyone on check with that, and there's facts that you can refer to if you have any questions about that ban and what services can be provided.
Mm-hmm. Among the many sanctions that Russia's facing, accountants are no different, so we're doing our part, I guess. Jumping back to the environment, so now on the auditing side, accounting firms and financial institutions are spending billions to prepare for these new SEC rules. Of course, all this hiring is just related to being able to track these emissions and so on, so there'll be no surprises come year end. Things like increased carbon levels, global temperatures, like we talked about, and invasive species, it's all part of the climate crisis, and why I think the SEC is kind of stepping in and trying to at least start to have some disclosures on these topics. So firms like the Big Four, I said, they're spending billions to gather their sustainability teams to prepare for these all this new work related to climate. Of course, this could generate a lot of fees for accounting firms. However, I think it's going to be offset a little bit by having to hire all these professionals, and then of course all the complexities that come with things like new guidance and just the overall learning experience that'll have. And it's not just accounting firms, corporations large and small, are getting their own in-house teams together to make sure that they're compliant year-round, and that way there's no real surprises year-end when it's time for the audit.
Yeah, I think that'll really help, kind of grow the companies and make it better for them. And I'm, again, interested to see, because with this weather going on lately, it definitely seems like an important thing.
Yeah, better late than never. Start looking
Yes.
at the environment.
Exactly. And not the environment, but our economy lately. We have seen a little bit of a inflation increase, and as we all know, SPACs, which are special purpose acquisition companies, they've been on the decline because of the inflation, and they're worried about a looming recession. There's a few big companies that have put a halt on mergers. Forbes is no longer starting a merger via SPAC. Acorns, I don't know if you know that investing app, and then SeatGeek too. They're just no longer going forward with their SPACs. And then BuzzFeed did try to go public in December and have declined 55% ever since. So
yeah, it's definitely a challenging time for
time.
everyone.
Yeah.
And somewhat related, talking about the economy, I think everyone's heard of the big recession, I think it has many different names, but according to the U.S. Department of Labor, something like 50 million Americans have left their jobs since the start of the pandemic, and I think that number continues to go up. And it's scary for everyone, but especially in the nonprofit sector, people are getting worried because obviously your people are the most important thing, and not only that, are they worried about talent leaving. The people who remain at the company are now burdened with more work, right? Because when people leave, their work doesn't magically disappear like I'm sure we wish it would. So, of course, it's challenging for everyone, like I said, but non-for-profits, I think they can use this as an opportunity, because if you think about people who are trying to rethink their career, they might gravitate towards a company or an organization that has a mission that they care about, right? Mm-hmm. So I think nonprofits kind of have an advantage in that way over for-profits. So what these organizations should do is promote their culture, promote their mission, invest in branding, and kind of just try to stand out as an organization that people will want to work for.
Yeah, and I think that would even help with on the volunteer side. I know a couple of the nonprofits we have, the volunteers have been dwindling with COVID and all of those crazy factors going on in the world. So I do feel like that will definitely help increase on that end too. So that'll be very great for them.
Yeah, hope so. So this has been your Dose of Assurance. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that way you can see our next quarter's Dose of Assurance, and also check out all of our other great content we have. Until next time, thanks for watching.